All right, welcome back. It is still Sports Edge here on 92.3 Inspiration FM. Just in case you're wondering why we said we're being filmed, you can actually see us on YouTube. Okay, I don't understand how those things work. It's not like I'm not techie, but it takes a while. Let's get straight up to the news. And we'll start with Stephen Keshi, who has come out once again to say that he's yet to decide on a new contract offered him by the NFF. It's very simple. The contract is there. From what he's been saying, he doesn't like it. And when you don't like it,
you walk. Yeah.
You walk.
Well, his agent, Emmanuel Lado is his name, has come out and has said Keshi is yet to decide on that contract.
Then why did he come out to say the contract was a slavery contract? Was this, was that, terms weren't good?
Let me make a case.
If you want to negotiate, you don't come out in public to say that. The guys who gave you the contract, go back to them and tell them the things you told us. You shouldn't be telling us that. You should be telling them that. And then if you guys don't agree, then you probably can come out and talk about the terms of the contract.
Let me make a case for Keshi. If there's one individual who has been under the stick, been under the spotlight for so long, as far as Nigerian football is concerned, even the president of the NFF, Amaju Pinnick, has not gone under much scrutiny as much as Stephen Keshi has. He's just been human, honestly. He's just been human, trying to let the whole world know exactly what is on the contract and all of that. But his agent has come out to say the contract really doesn't look good, but they've submitted the papers to their lawyers, and the lawyers will advise them on what to do. And hopefully in the next few days, they should come out with a decision on that one, Tolu. Now, let's move away from Stephen Keshi. Now, we understand FIFA cancelled Nigeria's international friendly with Ghana that was supposed to be played in London on May 29th, and that's because you cannot play friendlies in two different continents within 3 days. And so we understand the NFF, they've written to South Africa and Ivory Coast to replace Ghana in a friendly game that will be played right here on the shores of Africa. And the new season of the Nigeria Professional Football League will be kicking off in exactly 4 days. Stadium inspection is currently going on, and I can tell you that the Liberation Stadium in Port Harcourt, home to Dolphins, has been passed and has been declared good to go for the season. The same also goes for the stadium where Abia Warriors of Umuahia will be hosting their home matches.
All right, then let's look at all the news that are making rounds. And this one, switching away from the local front this morning, a bit of African news. It was said sometime last week by Jerome Valka, the FIFA General Secretary. He said that they had an agreement with CAF. Remember, there's a lot of talk around when the 2022 World Cup in Qatar will be holding. They said they had an agreement with CAF that they would move the Nations Cup back by 6 months and then host it in June instead of January to accommodate the World Cup. The host of that particular Nations Cup, what's the name of the country? Guinea. They've come out to say they haven't been carried along. They say it's impossible to host the Nations Cup in June, and if CAF do not consult with them, it will be impossible to host that Nations Cup.
Their main reason is that it will be their heavy rainy season right there within June and July that FIFA has already asked CAF to postpone the Nations Cup to. And they are saying you cannot take that kind of decision with CAF, with FIFA, talking about CAF, without consulting with the Football Federation of Guinea. And Tolu, you must have to remember Morocco at times such as this, because Morocco asked for the Nations Cup to be moved forward. Let's see how June, July of 2015 will be. Hopefully the Ebola scourge would have gone down, which we thank God has gone down. And they are trying to switch the Nations Cup because switching the World Cup for heat, and then trying to switch the Nations Cup because of the heat in another country. And Guinea have said it will not happen. This is good drama, trust me. One I'll really follow till it gets to the end.
All right, let's switch to the international front very quickly next. And there's action currently ongoing at the ICC Cricket World Cup. It's Ireland against South Africa. South Africa won the toss and elected to bat. Just before we came on air, they were 301 for 4 after 41.3 overs. So really going well for South Africa there. And Ayo, a quick look at the NBA action from early this morning.
Yeah, Toronto Raptors, they beat Philadelphia 76ers 114-103. The Golden State Warriors lost surprisingly to the Brooklyn Nets 110-108. Miami Heat, they beat Phoenix Suns 115-98. Goran Dragic with 21 points against his former team. Los Angeles Clippers beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 110-105. Chris Paul with 26 points and 14 assists. And DeAndre Jordan 18th rebound, 9th straight game with at least 15 rebounds. And to some news, Houston Rockets guard James Harden, he has been suspended for 1 game without pay by the NBA for kicking LeBron James on his groin when they met on Sunday.
Well, another footballer was busy with his groin during the week, and he's got into a lot of trouble. We're talking about that on the flip side. We'll also look at Roma against Juventus that went down yesterday. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Is that
Hi,
proper?
my name is Moses Praise. I'm a sportscaster. I'm listed probably a football
He's growing.
analyst.
He was busy with his groin.
Data junkie.
What do you understand when they say growing?
And I don't deny
When
it.
they say
That was the first thing I
no, when they
noticed
say
when I
groin,
switched Twitter
when
side.
he
Why
just
so
said
groin?
a guy
It's
was
just
busy
simply
with his
amazing.
groin
I don't understand how it works.
over the
but this is
weekend
how I
and got him into
always
trouble.
thought
You know what that
relationship.
means?
So now
I've put my
always
groin.
connected
This
to
is your
my
groin.
iPad and
Were
my
you busy with
laptop.
your own
So I
groin?
just take my speed
I was
with
lying
me.
down and I was growing.
Switch to the T-Slap network and keep your number to enjoy a richer online experience.
That word in itself is so funny. Groin. It's very funny word.
My nephew has asked me for that. What's my groin?
You don't tell us he's growing there yet.
All right, welcome back. It is still Sports Edge here on 92.3 Inspiration FM. I don't know how long it takes to actually get the video on YouTube, but I know that it will be up in seconds after the show. So if you do miss the show at any time, you can get not only to listen to us, but actually see what we're up to in the studio. The handle is Sports Edge, the space 92.3. That's Sports Edge with a space 92.3. Go to YouTube and you will find it. So let's start with the Serie A, the big game of the weekend. Was played on Monday night, counts as the weekend's game.
Yeah.
Roma against Juventus. Juventus had a chance to strike their lead at the top to 12 points. Roma, in turn, had a chance to cut it down to 6. At the end of the day, nobody got to extend anything. Nobody got to cut into anything. And 1-1. Juventus took the lead with a fantastic free kick from Carlos Tevez. He wouldn't have been taking the free kick if Ander Prela had played.
Yep.
And Sadie Keita equalized for Roma. At the end of the day, you probably feel Juventus will be the happier side. Roma, this was the chance to have a bit of a fighting chance, but it didn't happen.
Even if Roma had beaten Juventus on the night, they'd have closed the gap to 6 points. It still wouldn't have guaranteed them a clear shot at the title. You will still regard Juventus as the favourites. As it is right now, Roma can already kiss the trophy goodbye, kiss the Serie A title goodbye. But you must give them credit for coming back. Don't forget, they got a red card, talking about Roma. Torosides got sent off, and then Tevez got them into the lead. But the character and the composure Roma guys put into display, getting the goal back, the equalizer, was fantastic for them. So they got another draw. It must have been like a million draws right now for Roma in the season, but they can take pride in the fact that they were not and they were not beaten by the champions Juventus.
All right, in the Spanish La Liga, it was Celta Vigo against Elche. That one ended 1-1. Later in the English Premier League today, all the big guns are not in action until Wednesday, but these games today are very important. Aston Villa, under the new manager Tim Sherwood, will be looking for the first points under him at home against a very well-drilled West Brom champion side. Hull City up against Sunderland and Southampton. It seems a long time ago since we thought they could get into that Champions League position. A couple of losses now, and they look in real trouble. They're up against Crystal Palace tonight, and you look at all three games, and you think it could all go either way.
It could go either way. For Aston Villa against West Brom, tough opposition to go against. West Brom, I can't remember the last time they lost a game. Under Tony Pulis, they have been very solid. Again, Nigerians will be hoping Brownie there will get back on the score sheet after one game without scoring a goal. Tim Sherwood may not get his first points today. Maybe he could get a draw, but not a victory today. Hull City against Sunderland. Sunderland will be without the man we'll soon be talking about, because of the issue he fell in. Whether it will whether it will affect them against a Hull City side trying to go against relegation, this is a terrible time to actually play a team that is trying to get safe in the Premier League. It could go anywhere. Southampton, they will still take pride in the fact that they pushed the leaders, the regular big teams in England, to the limit before they actually bowed out of Champions League football. But it's been a great season for them.
Technically. But let's go to that issue that broke yesterday. England and Sunderland for winger Adam Johnson was arrested. He's been actually released on bail. They said on suspicion of having an affair with a 15-year-old girl. He's been released on bail, but that really questions the conduct of footballers off the pitch.
Now, Adam Johnson has got such a beautiful girlfriend. If you have seen her picture, you will agree with me. She's really beautiful. It's not a case of beauty is in the eye of the beholders. Even when you're blind, you know she's beautiful. Footballers make a lot of money, and the question is, even if you want to play an away game, you know what I mean by playing an away game, come on, there's money. You won't even know you're spending money. Not with a 15-year-old girl. That's a crime. He's been suspended by his club. He should be punished. A lot should be done to him to serve as a deterrent to other footballers who will be having itching groins.
Well, the police have said it will be looked into in the coming days. And talking about groins this morning, Aaron Ramsey he injured his groin, but he will be back for Arsenal on Wednesday. That's according to the Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger. And there's a saga brewing at the moment. It is said that the Hurricane Manchester City are fed up with the manager Manuel Pellegrini. City's all but confirmed the ouster from the Champions League because they have a very tough game with Barcelona, and in their current wobbly form says that they may not be disposed to keeping him at the end of the season. They're already sounding out Carlo Ancelotti and Diego Simeone. Those look like the front runners for the job.
I will be surprised if they hold on to Manuel Pellegrini at the end of the season. It's been a disaster for Man City with the caliber of players they have with heavy salaries. They should be gunning for at least 2 titles every season. It looks like they will not be winning anything this season. And at that point, if you were Manuel Pellegrini, you would even be honourable enough to tender your resignation.
All right, so that's how much you can take as far as football is concerned. We'll go for a final word from Atisa, and when we come back, we'll take your tweets and wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere.
I like it.
All stupid guy said he's watching us online. Because they say, which babe is distracting you? Your eyes keep looking at the sides. Just look at the camera. Now, Manuel, another glue guy.
You just said that. I'm not buying data in megabytes.
Right, you said that to the camera. You know that.
That makes sense.
Not all these things you say.
Social impacts and
Yeah, but I don't say anything bad.
No, that's
you wear with
That's
smart
the money. The money of growing.
styles.
Three, man. Three. 46.
Hey, you know what makes sense? Having all my favorite apps on one plan and being able to use them as I like. With a social media pack on Easy Place, I
This
can stay
scamming,
connected
it's
at
start
300
scamming.
naira.
This scamming, 2 adverts in one.
And now,
Smart data plan. Dial star 200 hash and look for smart packs on the data.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
All right, let's wrap it up this morning. Remember, the Twitter handles are at Tolu, Shotade, at Ayotunde, Onabolu, and at IFM93. YouTube is Sports Edge, then space 92.3. Ayo, quick look at tweets.
Shimobi Victor says, my verdict on Keshi is that he should just walk away if he's not pleased with the contract. Kelvin the Jiggy Man says, it's all over for other teams. Juve is as good as champions already. Aston Villa will lose again to West Brom. Desmond Timistu says, Keshi and NFF no serious. When other countries are busy getting their acts right, we are busy acting drama. I dey laugh.
All right, okay, that is the much we can take this morning on Sports Edge here on 92.3 Inspiration FM. And please don't touch me. That's you, Rufai. Please don't touch me. All right, so my name is Tolu, Ayotunde, Onabolu here. Don't forget to go to YouTube, Sports Edge with space 92.3 to get to look at what we did today. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
Stop!